Welcome to a book's narrated audio narration of Part 2 titled, Bloody but Unbowed. The third of 5 sections from the book titled, Spare, authored by Prince Harry. Part 2 is made up of 87 chapters, each individually summarized for your listening. Our mission at Books Narrated is to empower you to make informed decisions about investing in the full book. So if you haven't done so already, like this video and subscribe to our channel today by hitting the subscribe button. Make sure to hit the notification bell on our channel and stay connected for a journey of knowledge, inspiration, and discovery. If you're already subscribed, thank you. Your support is our motivation to bring you the most engaging and insightful narratives. Part 2. Bloody but Unbowed. Chapter 1. Facing the Storm. Iraq deployment and public backlash. In this gripping chapter, Prince Harry's deployment to Iraq in 2007 is met with a complex mix of public reactions. Britain's Ministry of Defense sends him to command tanks near the Iraqi border, triggering both fury and applause from the public. The insurgents, however, openly invite his presence, with plans to kidnap, torture, or even kill him. Harry's resilience is tested as he faces the possibility of danger and navigates the press-induced threats. Just 2 months after the deployment is announced, General Dannatt abruptly cancels it due to intensified risks, particularly from snipers. This decision crushes Harry, not only for his own disappointment, but also for his concern for his fellow soldiers. The media's portrayal of him as a coward adds another layer of complexity to his already tumultuous emotions. Chapter 1 delves into the vulnerability, sacrifice, and the intricate interplay between public perception, military duty, and personal resilience that define Prince Harry's journey. You will be captivated by the highs and lows, gaining insight into the royal's deep-seated commitment to his team and his duty. Chapter 2. Battle within, pressures, coping, and the paparazzi. In this poignant chapter, Prince Harry grapples with his unfulfilled military aspirations, further complicated by his relationship with the relentless paparazzi. Discouraged by his inability to actively serve in the army, he turns to coping mechanisms like alcohol. The constant intrusion of cameras worsens his emotional state, with the sound of the camera's click becoming a trigger. The press's obsession with capturing his every move pushes Prince Harry to a breaking point, leading to a physical altercation. The media's increasingly aggressive behavior raises unsettling parallels with radicalization, as they disregard his well-being for profit. Prince Harry's poignant connection with his bodyguard, Billy, becomes a shield against paparazzi, and their unconventional strategy of stowing him in a car's boot reveals the lengths he goes to for some semblance of privacy. Through raw vulnerability, you will be drawn into Harry's struggle to maintain his mental well-being amidst mounting external pressures, helping you discover more about the delicate balance between personal resilience and the weight of public scrutiny in his journey. Chapter 3. A Tribute Beyond Words. The Concert for Diana. Chapter 3 recounts Prince Harry and Prince William's poignant attempt to honor their mother's legacy through a grand concert on the 10th anniversary of her passing. As the meticulous planning of the event unfolds, the brothers focus on logistical details, attempting to shield themselves from emotional vulnerability. However, on the night of the concert at Wembley Stadium, the overwhelming energy and collective love for Princess Diana melt their emotional defenses. Elton John's heartfelt rendition of the track, Your Song, triggers a flood of memories, enhanced by radiant images of their mother, Princess Diana, on the screen. This chapter culminates in a pivotal moment as the spotlight turns to the royal brothers, who, despite their prominence, grapple with speechlessness. Now facing a global audience of millions, both Prince Harry and his brother Prince William find themselves paralyzed, unable to pay a verbal tribute to their mother's remarkable qualities and her enduring impact. This missed opportunity reveals the depth of their emotional turmoil and the rawness of their grief. highlighting the complexities of dealing with such a monumental loss in the public eye. Chapter 3 draws you into the heart of Prince Harry and Prince William's struggles, inviting you to delve deeper into their emotional journey and understand the delicate balance between personal grief and their roles as public figures. Chapter 4: Seeking Purpose, Botswana, Coping, and New Beginnings. In Chapter 4, Prince Harry reflects on a trip to Botswana with his close companions, Tej, Mike, and Oddie, and introduces Chelsea, a pivotal figure in his life, to them. Amid moments of connection and happiness, the underlying stresses in his life, compounded by unresolved emotions, become apparent through his excessive drinking. Returning to Britain, Prince Harry recognizes the need for change and meets with his commanding officer, Colonel Ed Smith Osborne. The interaction reveals the complexity of Harry's position as both a royal and a soldier, as well as Colonel Ed's understanding and empathy. In pursuit of a renewed sense of purpose and duty, Prince Harry explores the option of becoming a forward air controller in Afghanistan, a vital role in coordinating air power and providing ground support in the challenging terrain of the region. This chapter unveils Harry's determination to find a new path within the military and his willingness to embrace rigorous training. Despite the allure of the forward air controller role, the chapter ends with the realization that certification for this position will require extensive effort and training at RAF Leeming in the Yorkshire Dales. This chapter captures Prince Harry's search for meaningful engagement, a journey that reflects his growth, resilience, and evolving sense of purpose, as he navigates the intricate intersection of his royal identity and his desire to serve as a soldier. Chapter 5: Guiding Shadows, Training as a Forward Air Controller. In Chapter 5, Prince Harry delves into his training as a forward air controller at RAF Leeming in the Yorkshire Dales. The picturesque landscape, famous for inspiring artists like Wordsworth, contrasts starkly with the purpose of Harry's training: to simulate the destruction of targets through coordination with aircraft. This chapter portrays the routine of Harry's training, where he rises at dawn, begins communication with aircraft, and guides them through a simulated attack. He learns the intricacies of target designation, employing a hierarchical system of landmarks. The act of guiding the aircraft becomes more than just technical training. It takes on a poetic and meditative quality, prompting Harry to contemplate the power of shaping others' perspectives. Harry finds meaning and depth in his role as a forward air controller, seeing parallels between guiding the aircraft and influencing people's perceptions. He immerses himself in the rhythmic flow of the training, mastering the art of destruction through his guidance and communication. As the weeks pass, Prince Harry's commitment to his training becomes evident, and he undergoes a transformation that reflects his evolving sense of purpose and identity. Chapter 5 highlights Harry's dedication to his military role, exploring the intersection of his royal status with his desire for hands-on service. It showcases his growth as he embraces the responsibilities and challenges of his chosen path, setting the stage for his deployment to Afghanistan and further adventures in service and self-discovery. Chapter 6: Mastery Undercover, Training in the Shadows of Sandringham. In Chapter 6, Prince Harry embarks on the next phase of his training as a forward air controller, aiming to become combat-ready by mastering a series of 28 different combat controls. Each control involves precise interaction with aircraft in various scenarios, requiring Prince Harry to understand and respond to their complex aviation jargon. To ensure privacy and security, Colonel Ed Smith Osborne and Prince Harry decide to conduct this training in an unexpected location: Sandringham, the country estate owned by the royal family. Harry stays at a hotel near Sandringham, relishing the sense of anonymity and exclusivity that comes with the privacy of the location. He becomes immersed in his training, feeling a sense of focus and purpose that brings him a unique kind of happiness. Amid his training, Prince Harry maintains contact with Chelsea and attempts to explain his intense commitment to his military responsibilities. He confronts the challenge of balancing his dedication to his training with his personal relationships, especially as he prioritizes his long-held aspiration to serve on the front lines. This chapter reflects Prince Harry's determination, growth, and evolving understanding of the sacrifices and choices he must make to pursue his chosen path in the military. Chapter 7: Royal Encounters, Bonds and Understanding at Sandringham. Chapter 7 follows Prince Harry's training as a forward air controller and his interactions with his father, Prince Charles, during his stay at Sandringham. Living at the Knights Hill Hotel, Harry dedicates himself to mastering the complex combat controls that form a crucial part of his forward air controller training. Despite being nearby, Prince Charles gives Prince Harry space while he focuses on his training. One day, Prince Charles notices Typhoon aircraft performing low passes along the seawall and realizes it must be Prince Harry's training exercise. He rushes over to find Harry in the marshes, engaged in his training. The father and son share a conversation, with Prince Charles expressing his pride in Harry's dedication and hard work. The chapter delves into Prince Charles's values of work and his passion for both environmental activism and aviation. Prince Harry mentions the challenges of conducting training exercises near Wolverhampton due to noise complaints. But the complaints are met with the response that it's a reflection of the realities of war. As Prince Charles departs, Prince Harry resumes his training and continues guiding a Typhoon aircraft through a simulated mission. He directs the aircraft to track his father's car and then shift its target to a silver bond. The chapter showcases the interplay between Harry's military training, his connections with family, and the complexities of his chosen path. Chapter 8: Confronting Ghosts, Seeking Closure Amidst Pain. Chapter 8 delves into Prince Harry's emotional journey as he seeks closure surrounding his mother's death. He recalls a night when he was in Paris for the Rugby World Cup semi-final and decided to drive through the Pont de l'Alma tunnel, the site of Princess Diana's fatal car crash. Prince Harry wanted to confront his doubts and find closure, hoping to ease the pain he had carried for a decade. Prince Harry's drive through the tunnel only deepened his pain and brought a new wave of grief. He realizes that seeking closure was a misguided attempt, and instead, he felt the weight of her absence even more acutely. The experience solidifies the reality of her death and plunges him into a new phase of emotional turmoil, which he dubs Pain, Part 2. Harry's night in Paris becomes a turning point in his grief, prompting him to question the circumstances surrounding his mother's death. He discusses his feelings with his brother, Prince William, and the two decide to drive through the tunnel together during their visit for the Rugby World Cup final. They share their skepticism about the official inquiry's findings and the role of the paparazzi. However, they are eventually persuaded not to issue a joint statement or hold a press conference to call for a reopening of the inquiry. This chapter highlights the ongoing struggle of Prince Harry and Prince William to come to terms with their mother's tragic death, and their pursuit of truth in the midst of potential cover-ups and political pressures. Chapter 9: Arrival in the Desert, the harsh reality of forward operating based wire. Chapter 9 portrays Prince Harry's arrival at forward operating based wire in Afghanistan. He makes his way to the base in secret and is met by Special Forces personnel who return his weapons and provide him with morphine for emergencies. As he arrives, he witnesses an almost deserted base as most of the soldiers are on a mission. Harry takes an in-theater test to demonstrate his readiness for the mission ahead. He then boards a Chinook helicopter and heads to forward operating based wire, a small outpost in the desert. The conditions at the base are harsh, with extreme cold, minimal facilities, and a pervasive presence of sand. The soldiers at the base are encrusted with sand, and even the landscape is dominated by the fine powdery substance. Throughout this chapter, Harry's thoughts reflect on the harsh reality of his surroundings, the vastness of the desert, and the sense of insignificance he feels in the grand scheme of things. The sand serves as a reminder of mortality and eternity, blending with his dreams and even finding its way into his mouth upon waking. This chapter offers a stark contrast between the prince's royal background and the rugged, desolate environment of the battlefield, highlighting his determination to serve in the military despite the challenging conditions. Chapter 10. Mapping distance. Bonds and cannons at forward operating based wire. In Chapter 10, Prince Harry describes his experiences at forward operating based wire in Afghanistan. The chapter opens with a mention of a towering spike with arrows pointing in various directions, each arrow bearing the name of a place where a soldier at Dwyer called home. This visual representation of distances from home reminds Harry of the vastness of the world and the distance he is from his own home. Harry shares that he refrains from adding his own home location to the spike to avoid drawing attention to his royal identity. Instead, he focuses on blending in with his fellow soldiers and adopting a sense of camaraderie. The chapter then shifts its focus to the cannons, two large 105mm guns that are used to fire massive shells towards Taliban positions multiple times a day. The thunderous noise and the reverberations from the firing of these guns leave a lasting impact on Prince Harry's psyche. He explains that the sound of the guns and the subsequent silence that follows will remain with him for the rest of his life. Through these descriptions, Chapter 10 emphasizes the harsh and intense environment of forward operating based wire and the unique challenges and experiences faced by the soldiers stationed there. Chapter 11. Command Center Chronicles. Life in the Operations Room. In Chapter 11, Prince Harry offers insights into life at forward operating based wire in Afghanistan. The operations room's layout is detailed, centered around a map with pins representing units. His interactions with Corporal Baxter showcase camaraderie and humor. Prince Harry introduces vital equipment required to do his job, including radios and a rover terminal for battlefield communication. Harry's role involves creating a battlefield picture, aircraft control, and monitoring security camera feeds. This chapter portrays mundane tasks like watching and waiting alongside more glamorous aspects, revealing the contrast between war zone expectations and reality. Chapter 12. Monotony and Meaning. Monitoring kill TV and kill radio. In Chapter 12, Prince Harry describes his experiences with monitoring kill TV and kill radio at forward operating based wire. Kill TV involves watching camera feeds, often of uneventful scenes, while kill radio entails coordinating aircraft movements in the restricted operating zone via radio communication. Harry reflects on the monotony, watching sand dunes and empty compounds. Radios bring chatter, accents, and diverse call signs. His is Windows 6-7. Despite the tedium, Prince Harry finds purpose and camaraderie in his role, forming bonds with pilots who rely on his restricted operating zone guidance. The chapter emphasizes connections and camaraderie forged in coordinating military operations, even within seemingly mundane tasks. Chapter 13. Windows 6-7. A call sign of responsibility. In Chapter 13, Prince Harry delves deeper into his role as Windows 6-7, a call sign that represents his connection to the fast-paced world of military operations. Seated at his desk, he makes split-second decisions that impact aircraft crossing his airspace. Understanding the gravity of his choices, he reflects on a tragic incident resulting from a numerical error, highlighting the precision needed in his role and its life-altering consequences. Despite the intensity, Prince Harry finds fulfillment and normalcy in this extraordinary situation, offering a break from his titled identity. He recalls his journey from the Dales to central Afghanistan, where he discovers a sense of belonging. However, boredom emerges, leading soldiers to engage in creative activities. They communicate with loved ones through brief satellite phone calls, offering a lifeline to the outside world. These moments of connection evoke complex emotions as Prince Harry grapples with the contrast between war and yearning for home. Writing letters to his father, Prince Charles, becomes a way to bridge the gap. Widow 6-7 symbolizes Harry's transformation, embodying battlefield tension, camaraderie, and the intricate emotions of a soldier. Chapter 14. In the heart of Gamsa, bonds, rituals, and difficult decisions. In Chapter 14, Prince Harry moves to forward operating base Delhi in Gamsa, reflecting on his sense of missing out on real conflict as he observes battles in the valley. He contemplates the Taliban's initiation process, briefly considering the possibility of knowing someone involved. Assigned to forward operating base Delhi, he interacts with the Gurkhas, admiring their loyalty and addressing him as Sob. The camaraderie and rituals of the base, including sharing goat curry, showcase their connection. A surprise arrives when Bevan brings goats as a gift, symbolizing camaraderie and survival. Prince Harry reflects on his collection of Gurkha knives and his struggle with beheading a goat. The chapter vividly depicts the complexities of war, the respect of the Gurkhas, and Harry's internal conflict. The encounters with familiar faces highlight the multifaceted nature of his Afghanistan experience. Chapter 15. Night skies and airstrikes, facilitating combat missions. In Chapter 15, Prince Harry shares his role as a forward air controller at forward operating base Delhi. He reveals the challenges of coordinating airstrikes and engaging with pilots for successful missions. Prince Harry's ops room within a bombed school becomes his constant space, where he interacts with American pilot Magic during shifts, forming an effective partnership despite occasional awkwardness. The chapter turns serious as Harry details a pivotal moment when he plans an airstrike on a Taliban bunker with American pilots. He initially requests a larger bomb, but due to their resistance, he compromises for smaller bombs, highlighting his lack of confidence. New Year's Eve brings the airstrike, portraying its dense execution and aftermath. As he witnesses the destruction and Taliban fighters fleeing, Harry grapples with complex emotions, regretting his decision not to trust his instincts. The chapter ends with self-reflection, as Prince Harry commits to trusting his expertise and instincts in future missions. This chapter captures the mix of emotions, challenges, and growth that shape Prince Harry's experiences as a forward air controller in Afghanistan. Chapter 16 of From Lookout to Edinburgh, battling the Taliban and navigating complexity. In Chapter 16, Prince Harry recounts transitioning between forward operating base Delhi, a battlefield lookout, and forward operating base Edinburgh. He vividly describes engaging in intense combat alongside Gurkha soldiers, operating a machine gun during a firefight, and the chaos captured by the press. His move to Edinburgh brings camaraderie with an Estonian officer. The town of Musicola's complex history, captured and lost multiple times, reflects the challenges of the conflict and relationships with locals. Prince Harry acknowledges the danger, recounts a comrade's loss to an improvised explosive device, and notes the brutality inflicted on captured locals. The chapter underscores the harsh realities of war, camaraderie amidst adversity, and the complex dynamics of military operations and relationships. Chapter 17. Road to Danger, navigating IEDs and the desert landscape. In Chapter 17, Prince Harry describes his journey through war-torn Afghanistan's dangerous landscape. With a scimitar tank convoy from forward operating base Edinburgh, he encounters his first improvised explosive device, an IED, on the road, leading him to call in bomb experts and face the constant threat of Taliban attacks. Approaching motorbikes heighten the tension, prompting him to use flare guns as deterrents. Amidst the danger, Prince Harry reflects on the significance of poppy fields, which fund the Taliban through heroin production. After successfully defusing the IED, the convoy continues its journey, highlighting the high stakes and perilous nature of military operations in the region. Chapter 18. Musicola dance, camaraderie, tensions, and unseen actions. In Chapter 18, the story centers on the soldiers' mission as they establish their base and patrol Musicola, Tension and camaraderie intertwine as they balance their presence against the Taliban. The relationship with American forces adds to the atmosphere of jet roars and explosions. A thought-provoking moment arises as shepherds are observed, leading to a gunshot that raises questions about intent. The soldiers recover a motorbike, revealing hidden tensions and local impacts. This chapter delves into the intricate dynamics of war, human connections, and moral dilemmas, inviting you to explore the soldier's world and the complexities it holds. Chapter 19. Echoes of Conflict. Unseen Costs of War. In Chapter 19, you are immersed in a gripping narrative that unfolds in a war-torn landscape. As soldiers and journalists venture out, an unexpected attack jolts the convoy, forcing them to balance safety with responsibility. The heart-wrenching narrative takes a turn with news of a missile strike on a village, leaving a young boy critically wounded. The soldiers grapple with emotions as they confront the aftermath of the attack, revealing the profound impact of conflict on lives. This chapter unearths the humanity hidden behind headlines, delving into the far-reaching consequences of decisions made in the heat of battle. It confronts you as the reader with moral dilemmas and the painful choices that war imposes on soldiers and civilians alike. Chapter 19 presents a compelling exploration of the hidden costs of war, offering an emotionally charged and thought-provoking reading experience. Chapter 20. Veil of Shadows. Unmasking Identity and Ethical Complexities. Chapter 20 thrusts you into a world of intensity and revelation. Prince Harry's covert identity, Red Fox, is compromised, placing him in imminent danger. Echoes from his past at Eton resurface, adding to the haunting atmosphere. Amidst tense patrols, the weight of his endangerment becomes palpable. A missile strike's aftermath reveals War's visceral repercussions, leading to an emotional twist as Harry prioritizes lives over his mission. His abrupt departure unveils hidden sacrifices of soldiers and civilians, challenging you as the reader to grasp War's broader impact. The chapter's depth lies in its introspection, urging you to question perspectives and media's role. Prince Harry's rarely seen side emerges as duty and desire blur. Chapter 20 is an exploration of identity, secrecy, and the ethical intricacies of war. Prepare for an enthralling experience that lingers with contemplation and empathy. Chapter 21. Echoes of Reality. Navigating Homecoming and Reflection. Chapter 21 unveils Prince Harry's return from combat to the English countryside in a reflective episode. Contrasting Afghanistan's harshness, Prince Harry's account captures the pull of ordinary life. The focal point is a press conference where Prince Harry wrestles with heroism's meaning, emphasizing those bearing war's burdens as the true heroes. A meeting with his brother Prince William, Willie, and his father Prince Charles, Pa, evokes a rare display of familial affection. The trio's journey to Highgrove carries a reflective tone. Conversations, understated yet heavy with emotion, question reality's essence. Is it war's intensity or these tranquil moments? The English countryside, surreal to Harry, contrasts with Afghanistan. The chapter probes reality's fragmentation, threading memories, experiences, and emotions in Harry's journey. It navigates the juncture of the extraordinary and ordinary, evoking introspection and a questioning of reality itself. Chapter 22. Runveiling Emotions. Navigating Identity and Love. Chapter 22 explores Prince Harry's re-entry into civilian life after combat, focusing on emotional complexities. He seeks comfort among friends but senses a changed world. Reconnecting with Chelsea, he finds solace and heads to Botswana with her family, navigating their emotions amidst press attention. The chapter delves into Harry's contemplation of his royal role and Chelsea's authenticity, exposing their clash. A conversation with Tej reveals his doubts, torn between traditional life and subjecting Chelsea to royal scrutiny. The narrative lays bare the intricacies of relationships, identity, and personal sacrifices under fame and duty. Through honesty. Chapter 22 encapsulates love's nature, compromises made, and the balance between personal desires and public responsibilities, inviting you, the reader, to reflect on your own choices and understand the challenges of navigating public and private spheres. Chapter 23. Intrusions of obscurity. Battling the spotlight. Chapter 23 explores Prince Harry's struggle with the invasive presence of the media, particularly affecting his girlfriend Chelsea. The press's relentless pursuit invades Chelsea's life, leading to desperation and strains on her sanity. The chapter unveils the paparazzi's extreme tactics, including tracking devices under Chelsea's car. Chelsea's discomfort with a life under constant scrutiny strains their relationship. She questions whether love is worth enduring such intrusion. Harry empathizes, acknowledging her longing for freedom. The chapter sheds light on the darker side of fame, illustrating the emotional toll on individuals and relationships. As the narrative unfolds, you are prompted to reflect on the cost of celebrity and its impact on personal lives. Chapter 23 delves into the challenges of living in the spotlight, drawing attention to the sacrifices and emotional toll faced by Prince Harry, Chelsea, and their loved ones. Chapter 24. Love Unveiled. Navigating Fame, Heartbreak, and Caroline Flack. Chapter 24 delves into Prince Harry's life after a breakup, where he meets Caroline Flack. Their connection feels genuine, marked by Flack's down-to-earth nature. Amid shared moments like poker nights and dinners, the paparazzi's presence intensifies. Encountering photographers outside a friend's flat raises concerns about privacy. As Prince Harry's relationship with Flack deepens, media intrusion grows. Private moments become public fodder, challenging their pursuit of love. The chapter portrays the toll of relentless scrutiny on relationships, prompting reflection on fame's cost. Despite their resilience, Prince Harry and Caroline Flack part ways, revealing the sacrifices fame demands and the emotional struggles it entails. Chapter 24 offers insight into the challenges of love under constant media attention, shedding light on the difficult choices and emotional toll endured by those living in the public eye. Chapter 25. Skies of Transformation. A New Path Unveiled. In Chapter 25, Prince Harry contemplates his post-military future at Kensington Palace. A meeting with General Dannatt and his wife, Pippa, reveals the interference of the press during his deployment, leaving Harry frustrated. General Dannatt proposes a surprising idea: becoming a helicopter pilot. Despite hesitations, the general explains the safety and anonymity flying could provide. The prospect of returning to Afghanistan as a pilot reignites Harry's determination to contribute and protect comrades. The chapter delves into the practicalities and challenges of this path, highlighting the extensive training required. Harry's resistance to returning to a classroom mirrors his desire for active engagement. The chapter captures his struggle with a crucial decision, reflecting his longing for impact beyond media scrutiny. The helicopter pilot idea symbolizes rising above chaos. Themes of reinvention, purpose, and determination resonate as you, the reader, anticipate Harry's journey of self-discovery. Chapter 26. Beyond Duty, Empathy, Connection, and Service. In Chapter 26, Prince Harry's post-military journey unfolds, showcasing his determination to go beyond royal duties and create positive change. His American trip becomes a pivotal moment, where he connects with wounded soldiers and families of 9/11's victims. Interactions at Selly Oak Hospital and Headley Court reveal his deep empathy and support for servicemen and women. The birth of Help for Heroes marks a turning point, as Prince Harry and William raise awareness and funds for wounded soldiers. Personal encounters underscore his compassionate nature, fostering connections with those who suffered like him. A touching interaction with Ben, an injured soldier, highlights their camaraderie and shared understanding. Chapter 26 portrays Prince Harry's commitment to fellow soldiers, emphasizing his enduring support and genuine human connections. It resonates with themes of resilience, camaraderie, and the transformative impact of empathy, leaving you inspired by his unwavering dedication to service and meaningful change. Chapter 27, Framing Change, Royal Journey Behind the Lens. In Chapter 27, Prince Harry's journey takes a surprising turn as he becomes an unpaid cameraman for a documentary about elephants in Botswana. This new role reflects his commitment to raising awareness about conservation issues. The chapter follows his involvement in the documentary, showcasing his evolving perspectives on photography and purpose. Initiated by his friends Tej and Mike, the documentary focuses on challenges faced by elephant herds due to habitat loss and poaching. Prince Harry's participation demonstrates his dedication to making a positive impact. As a cameraman, he gains a fresh appreciation for photography's storytelling potential. Despite initial reservations about photographers, Prince Harry learns that he can use his camera to convey the urgency of conservation efforts. He engages in physically demanding tasks, like darting and tracking elephants, showcasing his determination and resilience. This experience becomes a metaphor for his personal growth and transformation. Chapter 27 portrays Prince Harry's journey from military service to humanitarian and conservation work, reflecting his evolving purpose. His commitment to positive change, using his platform to raise awareness, is a central theme. The chapter emphasizes the impact individuals can have, regardless of their background, highlighting the potential to make a difference. Chapter 28, Unraveling Shadows, Battle with Labels and Redemption. In Chapter 28, you accompany Prince Harry on an emotional journey as he confronts the consequences of using a racial slur in the past. The chapter delves into the aftermath of a video surfacing and the public backlash he faces. Despite the mistake originating from ignorance, the impact is significant. As Prince Harry grapples with rectifying the situation, you gain insight into the insidious nature of privilege and unconscious bias that contribute to racism, even in well-intentioned individuals. Through Harry's perspective, you witness his remorse for causing harm and his growing realization of the imperative for societal change. The chapter highlights the intricate roots of racism and how personal transformation is intertwined with broader issues. It challenges you as the reader to reflect on your own biases and confront prejudice both internally and externally. Ultimately, Chapter 28 sheds light on the complex nature of racism, offering hope that through courage and compassion, progress can be made. It prompts you, the reader, to not only understand but actively challenge ingrained biases and contribute to positive change. Chapter 29, Flight of Transformation, Rising Above Challenges. In Chapter 29, Prince Harry's journey unfolds as he enters flight training, seeking solace and purpose in the world of aviation. Despite emotional struggles, he enrolls at RAF Boxton Heath, where rigorous evaluations reveal his suitability for flight. His introduction to the Firefly aircraft and his instructor, Sergeant Major Booley, sets the stage for growth and transformation. The chapter showcases Harry's evolution as he learns to control the aircraft and manage unexpected situations. Dooley's teaching style challenges him to face difficulties and remain composed, mirroring his broader journey of self-discovery. Lessons in staying calm and taking control become central to both flying and Prince Harry's personal development. The pinnacle of the chapter arrives with Prince Harry's first solo flight, a momentous achievement symbolizing his progress and newfound confidence. The bond with Booley deepens, as Prince Harry acknowledges the challenges that lie ahead. This chapter captures the essence of personal growth, portraying flight training as a metaphor for Prince Harry's resilience and character development in the face of adversity. Chapter 30. Mastering the Skies. Navigating Hovering Challenges. In Chapter 30, Prince Harry's helicopter training advances with the focus on mastering hovering, a deceptively complex skill. Transitioning to the Squirrel helicopter at RAF Shawberry, Harry grapples with the intricacies of helicopter flight under the guidance of instructors Lazel and Mitchell. Pre-flight checks become more extensive, and the challenge of hovering, dubbed hover monkeys, emerges as a significant hurdle. Hovering, with its combination of airflow, downdraft, and gravity causing instability, proves frustrating for Prince Harry and his peers. This chapter vividly portrays their struggle to control the helicopter's movements and likening the experience to shaking off hanging monkeys. As the trainees approach their first solo landings, tension builds. The pressure is palpable, amplified by hovering difficulties during solo flights. Prince Harry's inner thoughts and emotional turmoil are laid bare as he strives to manage these challenges. Chapter 30 underscores the shared experience among trainees, highlighting their camaraderie in facing the same obstacles. Amidst the struggle, it delves into the mental and emotional strain of pursuing demanding goals. Through Harry's journey, you gain insight into his vulnerability, determination, and the rigors of training for a high-stakes endeavor. Chapter 31. Unraveling Bonds, Media Scandal and Silent Struggles. In Chapter 31, Prince Harry continues his helicopter training while residing with his brother, Prince William, Willie, in a charming cottage near the training base. Amid their cozy living arrangement, the unraveling of Murdoch's media empire takes precedence. The exposure of corruption and illegal activities within Murdoch's newspaper brings a sense of vindication to the brothers, who suspected betrayal from trusted sources. As the scandal unfolds, the power and potential misuse of media are reflected upon, alongside discussions about journalism's impact on democracy. The chapter delves into the complex dynamics between Prince Harry and Prince William. While they share moments of camaraderie and bonding, underlying tensions exist. Prince Harry senses Prince William's frustration as he trains to be a search and rescue pilot, prevented from serving on the front lines. These unspoken struggles enrich their relationship and underscore the theme of duty and sacrifice. The chapter provides a nuanced portrayal of their experiences during a transformative period, highlighting the complexity of their bond and the challenges they face individually and as members of the royal family. Chapter 32. Conquering the Skies, Battling Head Squirrels in Tactical Training. In Chapter 32, Prince Harry recounts his tactical helicopter training at Middle Wallop, characterized by multitasking and quick decision-making. Under the guidance of instructor Nigel, Nige, Prince Harry learns to manage various tasks while flying, from navigation to target identification. Nigel introduces the concept of head squirrels, representing distracting thoughts that hinder concentration. He emphasizes discipline and self-belief to overcome mental obstacles. Prince Harry battles self-doubt and frustration, often struggling with self-criticism. Nigel's patient guidance encourages Prince Harry to conquer his mental barriers himself. The chapter portrays Nigel as a steadfast mentor, underscoring the importance of mental resilience in mastering complex skills. Prince Harry's introspection reveals his emotional journey, highlighting the crucial role of mindset in training. Chapter 33. The Truth Mentor, Navigating Honesty and Self-Belief with Ninja Nige. In Chapter 33, Prince Harry reflects on the transformative lessons he learned from his helicopter flight instructor Nigel, who became a profound influence on his life beyond flying skills. Prince Harry's relationship with Nige underscored the value of honest feedback and self-confrontation for personal growth. Nige's candid approach during debriefs challenged Prince Harry to accept uncomfortable truths, even when he initially reacted defensively. Nige's role as a truth-teller was rooted in his belief that genuine self-improvement required acknowledging weaknesses and facing them head-on. Despite Nigel's blunt style, their relationship fostered mutual understanding and respect. Prince Harry also acknowledges Nigel's observation about his lack of fear, which led to a deeper exploration of his mindset. Through Nigel's guidance, Prince Harry gained insights into the significance of self-awareness, self-belief, and genuine improvement. The chapter portrays the lasting impact of their mentorship on Prince Harry's personal growth and perspective. Chapter 34: Adapting to Adversity. Conquering Challenges in the Apache Journey. In Chapter 34, Prince Harry delves into his 3-month course to learn flying Apaches, a transition that brings forth fresh challenges and frustrations. Initially disappointed by classroom training instead of flying, he vents his frustrations to friends and contemplates returning to the simpler Lynx helicopter. However, Colonel David Meyer pushes him to persist, highlighting his background in reconnaissance and piloting. Prince Harry commits to the course, studying the Apache's engines and approaching lessons with his characteristic determination. Despite his commitment, the classroom phase is intense and demanding. Transitioning to flying the Apache proves even more challenging, as ground taxiing presents unexpected difficulties. Prince Harry grapples with the unique handling and isolation of the Apache, missing the instructor presence he was accustomed to. He reflects on the importance of having a guiding partner and confronts the emotional toll of pushing himself beyond comfort zones. The chapter offers insights into Prince Harry's internal struggle, determination, and adaptability as he navigates the complexities of his training and personal growth. Chapter 35: Embracing the Night. Navigating Darkness in the Apache's Embrace. In Chapter 35, Prince Harry's Apache helicopter training advances, showcasing his evolution from initial discomfort to proficiency. He learns to communicate with the aircraft, understanding its intricacies and dual nature of heaviness and agility. As night operations become part of his training, he describes the bag exercise, honing his skills in instrument-based navigation. Night flights take him over diverse landscapes, with London's landmarks captivating his attention. The introduction of the monocle, a technology aiding night flights, adds complexity to his training. Despite challenges, he adapts and appreciates its value. Notably, a laser pen incident triggers both frustration and nostalgia, humanizing Prince Harry's experiences during this transformative phase. Chapter 36: Full Circle. Reflecting on Growth and Transformation. In Chapter 36, Prince Harry continues his Apache helicopter training at Wattisham Airfield. Meeting a new instructor triggers memories of a past mission where the instructor was involved in his extraction, evoking Prince Harry's sense of progress. Their conversation encapsulates the journey he's undertaken, symbolizing his growth and development since that challenging mission in 2008. The instructor's remark, "Now look at you," reinforces Prince Harry's transformation, marking his near completion of Apache training. The chapter reflects on Prince Harry's personal and professional evolution, drawing a parallel between his military journey and his maturation as an individual. Chapter 37: Turning Point. Embracing Purpose and Responsibility. In Chapter 37, Prince Harry reaches his 25th birthday, a pivotal age known as the watershed age. He contemplates its significance as a juncture for decisions. He commemorates this milestone by returning to Botswana, where he reflects on the changes in his demeanor. His combat tour made him tougher, but recent experiences, especially flight training, have grounded him. During the trip, Prince Harry discusses Africa's role with his friend Mike. Mike urges Prince Harry to transition from benefiting from Africa to giving back, considering the continent's challenges like climate change and poaching. He suggests that Prince Harry's global influence and platform could affect positive change by raising awareness about these issues. This chapter illuminates Prince Harry's personal growth and emerging sense of purpose beyond his training and experiences. Chapter 38. Elephant's Gaze. A stormy encounter and a profound connection. In Chapter 38, Prince Harry recounts a transformative experience during a trip to Botswana's Okavango Delta. The group explores the river and remote islands, but their peaceful journey is disrupted by an approaching storm. Amid the storm's chaos, Prince Harry takes control of the boat's steering wheel, navigating the treacherous waters as they hit sandbars. In the midst of the storm, the group encounters majestic elephants in the river. They shut off the boat engines, and Prince Harry is captivated by an elephant's gaze, feeling a profound connection. This encounter prompts Prince Harry to reflect on the elephant's emotions and rituals, such as weeping and paying respects to the deceased. Despite the storm, the group resumes their journey, bidding farewell to the elephants. As Prince Harry navigates, he contemplates the boundary between himself and nature during that fleeting moment of connection. He recalls his friend Mike's advice to shine a light on important issues and make a positive impact. This chapter underscores Prince Harry's deep connection with nature, symbolizing his evolving perspective on life's complexities and his role in effecting positive change. Chapter 39. Crossroads of Wings and Heartbreak. Reflections on growth and commitment. In Chapter 39, Prince Harry reflects on pivotal events: receiving his Army Air Corps wings and ending his relationship with Chelsea Davy. After earning his wings in May 2010, Prince Harry and Chelsea's relationship concludes due to the strains of military duty and her desire for exploration. They part on good terms, recognizing the challenges they face. Before their breakup, they visit Botswana, meeting friends Tej and Mike, though the breakup is inevitable. Tej advises them not to prolong the situation. Prince Harry then focuses on responsibilities and charity work. He travels to Lesotho with Prince William, encountering children affected by HIV/AIDS, revealing the harsh realities they face. The trip humbles Prince Harry, witnessing children's determination to learn despite adversity. At a school, he gives a torch to a burdened boy, symbolizing the impact of their exchange. This chapter illustrates Prince Harry's growth, his dedication to charity, and his understanding of privilege, responsibility, and using his influence to bring positivity to the world. Chapter 40. Soul-Searching and Commitment. A Journey Towards Purpose. In Chapter 40, Prince Harry contemplates his single status and Prince William's impending marriage to Kate Middleton. He reflects on his aspirations for marriage and fatherhood, acknowledging his uncertainty about finding the right partner. Amidst his reflections, he's invited to join wounded soldiers on a charity trek to the North Pole with Walking with the Wounded, despite the possibility of missing his brother's wedding due to travel complications. Seeking advice from JLP, he's encouraged to embrace the unique opportunity. Despite reservations, he agrees, recognizing the importance of the experience and its cause. JLP also arranges a trip to Berlin where Prince Harry confronts history by visiting Nazi-related sites and engaging with survivors. He reflects on his past mistake of wearing a Nazi uniform and the importance of education. Chapter 40 highlights Prince Harry's growth, dedication to self-improvement, and active engagement with historical and social issues. It showcases his willingness to learn from his errors and his commitment to using his influence positively. Chapter 41. Arctic Expedition. Courage, Camaraderie, and Choices. In Chapter 41, Prince Harry embarks on an Arctic trek to the North Pole with wounded soldiers, supporting Walking with the Wounded. He describes the harsh landscape of Svalbard and bonds with his fellow trekkers. When the weather improves, they begin their challenging journey, experiencing freezing conditions and physical demands. Despite frostnip on his fingers and ears, he's focused on camaraderie and the cause. On the fourth day, faced with the choice between continuing to the North Pole or attending Prince William's wedding, he opts to leave for the wedding. Before departing, He's taken to the North Pole to stand alone with the Union Jack flag, symbolizing a personal achievement. A storm delays his return flight, during which he bonds with engineers. The chapter showcases Prince Harry's determination, resilience, and dedication to veterans and charity. It highlights his willingness to push boundaries, forge bonds, and gain meaningful experiences in pursuit of positive impact. Chapter 42: The Royal Wedding, Joy, Nostalgia, and Transitions. In Chapter 42, Prince Harry reflects on Prince William's wedding to Catherine Middleton, navigating a mix of emotions. He recalls pre-wedding dinners with family and the camaraderie they shared. As the wedding day nears, he witnesses his brother's nerves and reflects on his own feelings about singlehood and the promise to become a young father. On the wedding day, he supports Prince William and observes the ceremony with a sense of bittersweetness. Memories of his mother's funeral and thoughts on the passage of time intermingle. He ponders the shift in his brother's identity as a sibling to a husband. Despite the celebratory atmosphere, he feels a sense of change and loss. During the reception, Prince Harry delivers a humorous introduction to the best men, sharing anecdotes and jokes. He ends with a heartfelt mention of their mother's imagined presence, seeking solace in her happiness for their family's special day. The chapter captures his complex emotions, personal reflections, and his ability to find meaning amidst change. Chapter 43: A Royal Frostnip Tale, Seeking Discreet Medical Help. In Chapter 43, Prince Harry deals with an awkward and uncomfortable medical issue involving frostnip on his private parts after his North Pole expedition. He humorously recounts his attempts to find relief, including using Elizabeth Arden cream. Frustrated, he seeks a discreet solution due to his royal status, asking a friend to find a suitable doctor. Visiting a dermatologist on Holly Street, Prince Harry finds the doctor surprised and unprepared for his royal patient. He candidly explains his issue, describing the discomfort and sensitivity he's experiencing. The examination adds a comedic touch to the situation, as Prince Harry navigates the doctor's reaction and his own growing concern. The doctor's prescription of time as a remedy leaves Prince Harry frustrated and impatient. Through his humorous narrative, the chapter showcases his ability to find humor in embarrassing situations, while also shedding light on the unique challenges he faces when seeking medical attention as a member of the royal family. Chapter 44: Intrusive Shadows, Love and Media Intrusion. In Chapter 44, Prince Harry reflects on his intense yet short-lived relationship with a woman named Florence, whom he called Flea. He describes the challenges of dating as a royal, trying to move on from the past after his brother's wedding. Prince Harry meets Flea through friends and quickly forms a strong connection with her. They spend secretive and idyllic weeks together. However, their relationship is thrust into the public eye when the media discovers their connection. The press invades Flea's privacy, sensationalizing her past as an underwear model. Prince Harry recalls a distressing phone call with Flea, who is overwhelmed by media intrusion and surveillance. Despite understanding her plight, Prince Harry's attempt to meet and discuss their situation is declined by Flea. She decides to end their relationship, concerned about the media's impact. He learns later that Flea reunites with her former boyfriend, influenced by her mother's advice on dealing with press attention. The chapter delves into the challenges of forming personal relationships under intense media scrutiny and portrays Prince Harry's candid reflections on the complexities of his life in the spotlight. It offers insight into the emotional toll media intrusion can have on individuals and their decisions. Chapter 45: Surviving Shadows, Test of Resilience in Escape and Evasion. In Chapter 45, Prince Harry recounts the escape and evasion military exercise, a rigorous test for flight crews and pilots before deployment. Struggling with personal disappointment and insomnia, He participates in training maneuvers in Healer Bend and later faces harsh conditions on Bodmin Moor in Cornwall. The soldiers focus on survival and evasion tactics, simulating a crash landing behind enemy lines. Prince Harry and his team navigate challenges, battling exhaustion and harsh weather. The exercise takes a serious turn when they're ambushed by mock captors, subjected to psychological stress, and interrogated in an underground bunker. During the ordeal, Prince Harry reflects on his mother, Princess Diana, and the captors taunt him with provocative statements. The simulation pushes them emotionally and physically, and two soldiers struggle with their mental state as a result. The chapter highlights the demanding nature of military training and the psychological toll it can take on personnel. Chapter 46. Caribbean Connections. Prince Harry's inaugural royal tour. In Chapter 46, Prince Harry recounts his inaugural royal tour to the Caribbean in honor of Queen Elizabeth II's 60th year on the throne. The tour marks his first international representation for the monarchy. Starting in Belize, he is greeted with enthusiasm, engaging in local events, dances, and trying cowfoot soup. In Belize, he climbs El Castillo, a Mayan temple, and reflects on its historical significance. In the Bahamas, he participates in church services, festivals, and state dinners. An amusing incident occurs when he ends up in a sinking speedboat, requiring rescue by the press boat. He also visits Harbour Island and shares heart-warming moments with children. In Jamaica, he interacts with the Prime Minister, playfully races against Usain Bolt, and dances to Bob Marley's music. He plants trees in accordance with tradition, delighting the locals by personally planting them. Throughout, Prince Harry emphasizes the warmth of the Caribbean people, cultural experiences, and connections he forged. This chapter provides insight into his role as a representative of the monarchy and his genuine interactions across diverse backgrounds. Chapter 47. Shadowed by Shadows. Battle against relentless paparazzi. In Chapter 47, Prince Harry recounts the relentless harassment he faces from two paparazzi photographers, whom he humorously dubs Tweedledum and Tweedledummer. These photographers seem to always be present, employing invasive and provocative tactics to capture his photos. Despite their aggravating behavior, Prince Harry refrains from reacting, aware that any response could be exploited for their gain. He reflects on how these photographers consistently track his movements and wonders about their information sources, suspecting inside informants or hidden tracking devices. Prince Harry acknowledges their intention to provoke him for attention, but refuses to give in to their schemes, considering the potential legal consequences. The chapter also delves into his disdain for media mogul Rupert Murdoch and his media outlets, which he believes contribute to distorted narratives and disregard for truth. He expresses frustration at the young men willing to do anything for Murdoch's approval. Throughout the chapter, Prince Harry shares anecdotes of his encounters with these photographers, including a discomforting episode at a friend's wedding. The chapter underscores the challenges and pressures of living under constant media scrutiny and manipulation by tabloid media outlets. Chapter 48. Love's Dawn. A new romantic chapter with Cressida. In Chapter 48, Prince Harry transitions from paparazzi frustrations to a budding romance with Cressida. They meet at a music festival and quickly connect, despite his lingering heartbreak. As they go on dates, he's drawn to her shy nature and passion for acting. Their relationship deepens, and Cressida's willingness to wait despite his upcoming deployment gives him hope. He grapples with starting a new relationship while preparing for war, but finds comfort in her optimism. The chapter captures Prince Harry's emotional shift from frustration to excitement as he navigates the challenges of romance amid his royal and military duties. Chapter 49. Unveiled in Vegas. A night of revelry and consequences. In Chapter 49, Prince Harry and friends head to Las Vegas for a pre-deployment party, adopting a cop-team mentality. They revel in partying, pool parties, and casino games. A game of strip pool becomes a regrettable decision, leading to embarrassing photos that are sold to the media. Prince Harry escapes to Balmoral, feeling humiliated and reflecting on the consequences for his military career and personal life. He finds solace in his father, Prince Charles's understanding of media intrusion. The chapter highlights the tension between personal enjoyment and public image, shedding light on the challenges of living under constant media scrutiny as a royal figure. It emphasizes Prince Harry's vulnerability and the complexities of privacy in his position. Chapter 50. Under Fire. The Threats of War and the Media's Gaze. In Chapter 50, Prince Harry returns to Afghanistan for his second deployment, reflecting on the Las Vegas incident. He arrives at Camp Bastion, settling into his role as an Apache helicopter pilot. An attack on the base prompts him to realize the dangers of his position and the media's role in exposing his presence. He's promoted to captain and appreciates improved accommodations. On his birthday, an attack occurs, and he prepares for combat, but his bodyguards prevent his involvement. The attackers infiltrate the base due to media exposure and target him. The chapter underscores the real risks he faces as a soldier, emphasizing the security threats resulting from media coverage. The attack highlights the contrast between his military service, public persona, and personal struggles. Chapter 51. In the Skies of Conflict, Duty, Adrenaline, and the Weight of Responsibility. In Chapter 51, Prince Harry shares his second deployment experiences as an Apache helicopter gunner in Afghanistan. He describes the routine of planned operations and high readiness periods at Camp Bastion. During standby times, the crew relaxes in a tent resembling a student room with entertainment. When alerted for a mission, they prepare rapidly, donning gear and gathering operation details. Prince Harry reflects on his first mission, frustrated by a technical issue that forced them to return. The chapter offers insight into his adrenaline-filled role, highlighting the balance between combat eagerness and safety protocols in a war zone. Chapter 52. Flight of Precision and Peril. Navigating the challenges of combat operations. In Chapter 52, Prince Harry details the capabilities of the Apache helicopter and the challenges of combat operations. He discusses flying low to avoid detection, leading to encounters with local children throwing rocks. He reflects on the evolving tactics of the Taliban, making engagement more difficult. Prince Harry emphasizes coalition forces' determination to locate enemies, recounting long search missions and multiple refuelings. The chapter humorously notes the crew's endurance during missions. Overall, it sheds light on the complexities of combat operations, the need for adaptability, and the mix of challenges and excitement in modern warfare. Chapter 53. Engaging the Enemy. Duty and Moral Reflections in Combat. In Chapter 53, Prince Harry recounts his first direct engagement with the enemy as an Apache helicopter gunner. He describes responding to a small arms fire incident near Camp Bastion, where he and his pilot, Dave, observed Taliban fighters on thermal imaging. They spotted the fighters dispersing on mopeds and requested permission to engage. After clearance, Prince Harry fired the cannon, hitting a motorbike and neutralizing one fighter. Reflecting on the engagement, he acknowledges his sense of duty and protection for coalition forces, while also grappling with the moral implications and his emotional response. The chapter offers a glimpse into the intense decision-making process, the urgency of battle, and the internal struggle to reconcile actions with moral considerations. Chapter 54. A Precision Strike. Targeting a high-value instructor in combat. In Chapter 54, Prince Harry recounts an engagement where his Apache helicopter squadron targets a Taliban instructor conducting a shooting lesson in the desert. They respond swiftly to the operation, waiting nearby until given the signal. Using technology, They spot the instructor on a motorbike with a student and engage with a missile, eliminating the target. The chapter emphasizes the precision and efficiency needed in combat, detailing the process from receiving orders to analyzing video footage afterward. It also highlights the immediate shift from intense engagement to more relaxed activities back at the base. Chapter 55. Target Strike, Apache Combat Mastery. In Chapter 55, Prince Harry discusses his remarkable accuracy with Hellfire missiles during combat missions in Afghanistan. He recounts his ability to hit moving targets, specifically Taliban fighters on motorbikes, a skill he honed while flying at high speeds in his Apache helicopter. Prince Harry details an engagement where they targeted a Taliban commander who was using civilian cover to evade pursuit. The commander's swift movement between villages and use of human shields presented challenges. With guidance from his pilot, Prince Harry successfully fired a Hellfire missile, hitting the motorbike and causing an explosion. The chapter highlights the split-second decision-making required in combat, showcasing Prince Harry's proficiency in using the Apache's weaponry to neutralize threats effectively and safely. Chapter 56. Denied Fire, Navigating Bureaucracy in Battle. In Chapter 56, Prince Harry recounts a frustrating incident where he and his crew were denied permission to engage a group of Taliban fighters attacking vehicles on a highway from bunkers. They saw the fighters preparing to attack a lorry and urgently requested permission to engage. Despite witnessing the lorry being destroyed, permission was denied. They followed the attackers on motorbikes through villages, seeking 429 Alpha permission to address the ongoing threat. Prince Harry reflects on the challenges of navigating engagement protocols, considering larger strategic implications and the risk of creating more insurgents. Despite their frustration, he and his crew grapple with their inability to prevent harm and civilian casualties directly. The chapter sheds light on the complexities of military decision-making, balancing the need for swift action with broader considerations. Chapter 57. Echoes of Conflict, Reflections on Moral Dilemmas. In Chapter 57, Prince Harry reflects on combat experiences and ethical considerations. He discusses reviewing mission footage and finding no mistakes in his engagements. He grapples with moral dilemmas, acknowledging collateral damage concerns and emphasizing the need to consider consequences. He shares he killed 25 enemy combatants and learned to detach during combat, coping with war's realities. Haunted by 9/11 memories, Prince Harry believes fighting the Taliban prevents further terror. As his tour ends, he reflects on duty to comrades. A mission's communication breakdown leads to regrets about not helping Gurkha soldiers. Prince Harry honestly acknowledges regrets and the desire to better protect fellow soldiers and fulfill missions as he prepares to leave Afghanistan. The chapter delves into the complexities of war, ethics, and the personal toll of combat experiences. Chapter 58. From Battlefield to Home Front, Media Maze and Memories. In Chapter 58, Prince Harry reflects on leaving Afghanistan and his deployment experiences. He packs mementos like a rug and shell casing. An exit interview with a reporter reveals his candidness about combat. He expresses frustration with distorted press stories and public inclination to believe negativity. In Cyprus for Decompression, a comedy show attempts levity, but soldiers deal with internal battles. Prince Harry's interview causes controversy due to a misinterpreted video game comment, highlighting media sensationalism. The chapter showcases his challenges with media portrayal and the complex process of readjustment after combat deployment. Chapter 59. Rekindling Connections, Love in Transition. In Chapter 59, Prince Harry returns home from deployment and reconnects with his girlfriend, Cressida Bonas. He notices a slight distance between them. After texting her, they don't immediately plan to meet. When they finally see each other at a dinner party, there's surprise in Cressida's expression. They both feel a change in Prince Harry. Not just in his appearance, but something intangible. They agree their relationship needs a fresh start and reintroduce themselves as if meeting anew. The chapter portrays the complexities of rebuilding a relationship after separation, capturing the challenge of navigating personal changes and reconnecting emotionally. Chapter 60. Seeking Purpose. Vision for Healing Heroes. In Chapter 60, Prince Harry returns home after his tour, grappling with a sense of purposelessness. His visit to the US exposes him to the Warrior Games, a healing sports event for wounded soldiers. This sparks an idea in him to create a similar event in the UK for wounded soldiers worldwide. Despite initial nerves, he pitches the idea to the Royal Foundation Board, aiming to provide physical and emotional healing while raising awareness for veterans' needs. Facing resistance from his brother, Prince William, Prince Harry recognizes the lingering traces of sibling rivalry. He notes their differing life circumstances, William being married and expecting a child while he still lives with their father. Despite irritation, Prince Harry reflects on their competitive dynamic and navigates the complexities of their relationship. This chapter highlights Prince Harry's determination to make a positive impact and the intricacies of his interactions within the royal family. Chapter 61. Battle Within. Unmasking Invisible Scars. Chapter 61 reveals Prince Harry's escalating struggles post-deployment. He opens up about experiencing post-traumatic stress disorder, PTSD, leading to anxiety, panic attacks, and avoidance of public situations. He details how his anxiety made it difficult to fulfill official duties, dress in formal attire, and be around cameras and crowds, causing him to retreat into isolation and TV shows like Friends. Despite interacting with wounded soldiers with similar struggles, Prince Harry didn't connect his experiences to PTSD. He reflects on his irony, his advocacy for wounded soldiers' mental health while not recognizing his own trauma. He hints at the source, alluding to Princess Diana's tragic death in August 1997 and how it might have contributed to his PTSD. This chapter delves into Prince Harry's personal struggle with mental health, emphasizing the importance of recognizing one's own challenges and seeking help, even for mental health advocates. It highlights the complexity of his experiences and his journey toward understanding and addressing his post-traumatic stress. Chapter 62. In Friendship's Embrace. Dark Times and Bright Moments. In Chapter 62, Prince Harry turns to his friend Thomas for comfort amidst his struggles. The chapter explores their deep friendship and shared memories of happier times spent with close friends and family, including Henna's, Prince William, and Princess Diana. They reflect on their past, finding solace in their bond despite their own challenges. During their conversation, Thomas is suddenly mugged, prompting Prince Harry to spring into action. Alongside his bodyguards, he rushes to the scene, finding Thomas shaken and injured. Prince Harry ensures his friend's safety, takes him to a police station, and then sees him home. This chapter emphasizes the significance of friendship during difficult moments and highlights Prince Harry's unwavering support for those he cares about. It showcases his quick response in times of distress and his dedication to being there for his friends in times of need. Chapter 63. Grounded Royalty. Life in the Shadows of Palace. In Chapter 63, Prince Harry reflects on his post-Afghanistan life, residing in a flat on the lower ground floor of Kensington Palace. He grapples with adjusting to a routine that feels mundane compared to his time in combat, involving tasks like honing his Apache helicopter knowledge and considering instructing roles. Despite his desire for a more active role, the army resists his ambitions to return to conflict zones. The chapter also delves into his independent living situation, where he copes with challenges such as inadequate lighting and a neighbor's obstructive parking habits. A humorous incident unfolds when a friend visits and discovers hair strands falling from the windows, revealing that they come from Mrs. R, his neighbor's wife, cutting her son's hair. This situation underscores Prince Harry's inner struggles and growing resentment toward Mrs. R, whose parking spot triggers memories of Princess Diana. The chapter portrays Prince Harry's ongoing journey of adapting to civilian life, offering a glimpse into the complexities of his emotional landscape and the adjustments he faces while transitioning from military service to civilian responsibilities and living spaces. Chapter 64. Beyond the Line, Succession and Self. In Chapter 64, Prince Harry reflects on the birth of his nephew, Prince George, and his changing position in the line of succession. Despite his genuine happiness for his brother William and sister-in-law, Kate, the media's focus on his shifting status prompts questions about his own feelings. Prince Harry dismisses the notion that his happiness is tied to his place in the line of succession, asserting that his emotions are separate from his royal role. However, beneath his outward response, the chapter suggests that Harry grapples with deeper emotions and challenges. The chapter sheds light on the intricate interplay between public perceptions, media scrutiny, and Prince Harry's personal struggles, portraying his effort to manage external pressures while dealing with his internal conflicts. Chapter 65 of Frozen Parts, Antarctica's Trials and Triumph. In Chapter 65, Prince Harry continues to battle panic attacks and anxiety. He recounts his trip to Angola, where he followed his mother's footsteps by working with Halo Trust to address landmine issues. This endeavor connects him to Princess Diana and briefly gives him purpose. Despite seeking remedies for his mental struggles, the challenges persist. He discusses his issues with Prince Charles and reflects on his life, royal status, and societal expectations as he nears his 30th birthday. To escape these pressures, Prince Harry joins Walking with the Wounded for a demanding journey to the South Pole. This expedition serves as a way to evade public scrutiny, birthdays, and societal demands. This chapter captures Prince Harry's ongoing quest for self-discovery and his determination to confront his difficulties while seeking personal fulfillment and meaning. Chapter 66. Unseen Warriors, Battling the Stigma of Mines. In Chapter 66, Prince Harry shares his plan to organize the International Warrior Games, inspired by the US Warrior Games. He introduces his private secretary, Ed Lane Fox, known as Elf, who assists with the project's logistics. Prince Harry's goal is to create a global event for wounded soldiers, and with Elf's guidance, they consider involving Sir Keith Mills, known for organizing the 2012 London Olympics. The chapter emphasizes Prince Harry's dedication to aiding wounded veterans by offering them a platform for healing through sports. It demonstrates his collaboration skills as he teams up with experts to bring his vision to fruition, shedding light on his commitment to making a positive impact. Chapter 67. Polar Persuasion, Convincing for a Cause. In Chapter 67, Prince Harry meets with Sir Keith Mills, an experienced organizer of the 2012 London Olympics. Prince Harry shares his vision for the International Warrior Games, despite initial resistance from Sir Keith. They converse in a memorable sitting room, and Prince Harry passionately explains the game's purpose and shares stories of wounded soldiers. His dedication and stories begin to sway Sir Keith's hesitations. Prince Harry invites Sir Keith to lead the project, highlighting his autonomy in assembling a team. He also ties the games to the centenary commemorations of the First World War, adding historical significance. The chapter emphasizes Prince Harry's determination and ability to persuade, ultimately leading to Sir Keith's consideration of the proposal. Chapter 68. Frozen Triumph, Battling Adversity to Reach the South Pole. In Chapter 68, Prince Harry embarks on a trek to the South Pole with wounded soldiers. They prepare at Novolazarevskaya Research Station in Antarctica. Despite a broken toe, he pulls a heavy sledge alongside his team through tough terrain. He finds inspiration in their resilience, especially those with disabilities. Prince Harry adopts meditation techniques while trekking and appreciates the serene Antarctic landscape. However, altitude sickness strikes as they near the South Pole. He requires medical attention but eventually recovers. On December 13, 2013, they reach the South Pole and celebrate their achievement. Prince Harry reflects on the journey's significance. The chapter ends with the team receiving a test tube labeled with their coordinates, a symbol of their accomplishment. Chapter 68 showcases Prince Harry's determination, mental and physical challenges, and the bond formed with his fellow participants as they conquer the journey to the South Pole. Chapter 69. Royal numbers, engagements, competition, and changing roles. In Chapter 69, Prince Harry reflects on spending Christmas with his family at Sandringham, playfully nicknamed Hotel Granny. He explores the absurdity of the annual court circular, which records official engagements and has turned into a competitive measure among family members. He criticizes the circular's subjective criteria and how engagement points affect their resources. Prince Harry delves into the stress and concerns surrounding the monarchy's changing role, hinting at fears of public sentiment and obsolescence. As Christmas approaches, he reminisces about his recent South Pole trek and reflects on the significance of a test tube souvenir he received, which he decides to drink from. The chapter offers insight into royal dynamics, public perception, and Prince Harry's personal reflections on his role. Chapter 70. Neighborly isolation, navigating proximity and distance. In Chapter 70, Prince Harry discusses his move from his previous residence to Nottingham Cottage, near his brother Prince William and Kate's home. He initially anticipates close interactions with them, but starts feeling isolated when those interactions don't happen as expected. He reflects on his relationship with Cressida Boners and wonders if his single status influences his interactions with William and Kate. He contemplates whether marriage might lead to more inclusion in family activities. The chapter reveals Prince Harry's longing for companionship, the dynamics within the royal family, and his desire for deeper connections with his brother, Prince William, and sister-in-law, Kate. Chapter 71. Love and letting go, break up amidst reflections. In Chapter 71, Prince Harry reflects on his public relationship with Cressida Boners after 2 years of secrecy. Despite the initial excitement, he begins to feel their relationship isn't lasting. During a skiing trip, he opens up to Cressida about his feelings regarding his mother's death, deepening their bond. However, this emotional exchange makes him realize their connection isn't strong enough for a lifelong commitment. Seeking advice from a friend, he decides to have an honest conversation with Cressida. They both share similar feelings, and the relationship ends. This chapter highlights the challenges of maintaining a relationship within the royal family's context and the difficult decisions Prince Harry must navigate. Chapter 72. Southern celebration, friend's wedding and inner longings. In Chapter 72, Prince Harry attends the wedding of his close friend Guy Pelly, revealing their strong bond. Despite personal struggles and media attention, he supports Guy's wedding in the deep south of the United States. Reflecting on media scrutiny and his past, he chooses to focus on celebrating the occasion. The chapter delves into Guy's stag party, first in Miami and then Tennessee, full of festivity and fond memories. The wedding day features unique traditions, such as blue suede shoes and lively dancing. Prince Harry observes couples happily celebrating, but also experiences moments of introspection and loneliness, longing for his own family. He reflects on Guy's transformation and contemplates his own desires for marriage and family life. The chapter provides insight into Prince Harry's emotions and his search for a meaningful relationship amid public attention. Chapter 73. Media storms and African retreat, seeking respite. In Chapter 73, Prince Harry reflects on the aftermath of the phone hacking scandal and the acquittal of Rebecca Brooks. The scandal involved illegal voicemail hacking by journalists, affecting celebrities and crime victims. The media frenzy and lack of justice deeply shake Prince Harry's faith in the legal system. Despite strong evidence against her, Brooks is acquitted, leaving him frustrated at the lack of accountability. He seeks solace in the Okavango Delta, a familiar African refuge, spending time with friends Tej and Mike to rejuvenate. However, upon returning to Britain, his disillusionment persists. He isolates himself in Nottingham Cottage to process his emotions and regain his sense of balance and purpose amid the challenges he faces. This chapter delves into Prince Harry's emotional struggles and his quest for renewal in the face of societal disappointments. Chapter 74: Paparazzi Shadows. Navigating Intrusion and Isolation. In Chapter 74, Prince Harry reflects on the challenges of his public life, including the invasive presence of paparazzi and the struggle to maintain a private social life. He describes how even simple outings like dinner parties or clubbing become repetitive and frustrating due to the constant intrusion of paparazzi. He grapples with finding a balance between his desire to meet new people and the overwhelming media attention. The need for a social life clashes with the intrusive scrutiny, making it difficult to lead a normal life. The chapter briefly recounts an incident where Prince Harry perceives a potential threat from two approaching men, highlighting the heightened vigilance he must maintain. This serves as an example of the tension and caution surrounding his public appearances. Overall, the chapter highlights the struggles Prince Harry faces in establishing personal connections and experiences, while navigating the intense media presence and the challenges of maintaining a private life within the public eye. Chapter 75: Remembering Sacrifice, Poppies, Legacy, and Convergence. In Chapter 75, Prince Harry visits the Tower of London in August 2014 to witness an art installation of ceramic poppies commemorating World War I centenary. Placing a poppy himself, he reflects on its symbolism for remembrance. Joined by Prince William and Kate, they collectively remember the war's sacrifices and their personal losses. General Dannatt, linked to Prince Harry's military service, adds depth to their shared emotions. The narrative shifts to the crown jewels displayed, focusing on Queen Elizabeth II's coronation crown. Prince Harry admires its beauty and symbolism, but contrasts its splendor with its confinement, mirroring the tower's history. This contemplation extends to his earlier wedding remarks. The chapter showcases Prince Harry's introspective nature and his profound connection to history, remembrance, and symbolic significance. Chapter 76: Triumph of Resilience. Opening the Invictus Games. In Chapter 76, Prince Harry recounts the successful establishment of the Invictus Games, a multi-sport event for wounded veterans. The opening ceremony takes place at the Queen Elizabeth Olympic Park, where Prince Harry delivers an anxiety-ridden speech. The games gain immense popularity, drawing millions of viewers and attendees, inspiring those impacted by injury. Prince Harry receives emails from individuals whose lives have been transformed by the event, highlighting its power to inspire and heal. The chapter ends with a heart-warming encounter at the closing ceremony, where a young girl thanks Prince Harry for helping her father find himself again through the games. This interaction symbolizes the profound impact of the Invictus Games on participants and their families, as Prince Harry celebrates his 30th birthday. Chapter 77: Unseen Battles, Anxiety, Identity, and Royal Duties. In Chapter 77, Prince Harry reflects on his decision to leave the army and fully embrace his royal role. He grapples with questions of identity and purpose while considering the challenges of explaining this choice to the public and to himself. He acknowledges that leaving the army isn't a conventional decision, but feels it's the right time for a change. While standing near the Tower of London, he witnesses Ben, a soldier who lost a leg in combat, running a poppy-shaped marathon for charity. Seeing Ben's commitment to his soldier identity, even after leaving the military, brings clarity to Prince Harry. He realizes that being a soldier isn't just a role, but a part of one's core identity and values. This insight helps him understand that he can continue to serve and make a difference, even outside the military. He navigates his transition into full-time royal duties with a renewed sense of purpose, emphasizing the importance of making a positive impact. The chapter highlights the significance of finding purpose beyond titles and showcases Prince Harry's commitment to service and meaningful contributions. Chapter 78. Media Pressures, Royal Engagements, Family, and Self-Image. In Chapter 78, Prince Harry reflects on the bustling schedule of 2015 and the challenges he and his brother, Prince William, faced in managing royal duties, family responsibilities, and media attention. He recounts a series of engagements that marked the start of the year, showcasing the range of activities that come with royal status. This chapter delves into the media's portrayal of Prince William as work-shy Wills due to perceived gaps in his royal engagements. Prince Harry defends his brother, explaining his commitment to fatherhood and the influence of their father, Prince Charles, in managing their roles and media exposure. Prince Harry addresses his own experiences with media criticism and expresses the need to uphold their reputation. He discusses his concerns about being labeled lazy and mentions Prince William's anti-Brexit speech, which stirred controversy and highlighted the complexities of expressing personal opinions as members of the royal family. Chapter 78 offers insight into the challenges of balancing public duties, personal lives, and media expectations while striving to make a positive impact through charitable work. Chapter 79. Insensitive Probing, Line of Succession, Relationships, and Authenticity. In Chapter 79, Prince Harry reflects on the media's invasive and judgmental questions regarding his personal life, specifically concerning his place in the line of succession and his relationship status. The chapter begins with his genuine happiness for the birth of his niece, Princess Charlotte. However, during an interview, a journalist raises insensitive questions that suggest Prince Harry should feel competitive or disappointed due to his shifting position in the line of succession. He finds these inquiries distasteful, given the context of celebrating a new life. Prince Harry dismisses the notion of comparing himself to others in terms of royal succession, and rejects the idea that he should feel pressured to marry. He expresses frustration with the media's focus on irrelevant aspects of his life and their disregard for the joy of welcoming a new family member. Prince Harry's response highlights his determination to live life on his own terms and resist external pressures. This chapter underscores his resilience against media intrusion while maintaining his commitment to privacy and public duties. Chapter 80. Casual Comfort, Style, Shopping, and Individuality. In Chapter 80, Prince Harry shares his perspective on fashion and everyday tasks. He begins by expressing his lack of understanding regarding the emphasis on fashion trends. He mentions facing criticism for his casual and sometimes mismatched outfits, even though he remains unapologetic about his style choices that prioritize comfort and practicality over trends. Prince Harry discloses receiving an official clothing allowance for formal wear, yet he prefers shopping at discount stores like TK Maxx for his everyday clothes. He describes his shopping strategy during sales, often seeking his friend Billy the Rock's opinion on outfits. He emphasizes his efficiency and simplicity in choosing clothing. This chapter showcases Prince Harry's grounded and practical approach to daily life. He underscores the importance of comfort and convenience over societal expectations or fashion trends. His candidness about his shopping habits and clothing choices reinforces his commitment to authenticity and individuality while challenging conventional perceptions of royal behavior. Chapter 81. Confronting Demons, Anxiety, Coping, and Personal Struggles. In Chapter 81, Prince Harry candidly discusses his battle with agoraphobia, avoidance behavior, and anxiety in 2015. Despite his public role, He grapples with overwhelming panic that leads him to avoid social interactions and public events. He turns to marijuana as an unhealthy way to manage anxiety. This struggle leaves him feeling isolated and trapped by his anxiety. Prince Harry recalls an interaction with his brother, Prince William, who playfully teased him about sweating after a speech. This interaction highlights the lack of understanding surrounding his mental health struggles. Despite their intention to raise awareness about mental health, Prince Harry recognizes the irony of his own internal challenges within this context. Chapter 81 portrays Prince Harry's vulnerability and the complexities of seeking help while fulfilling his royal duties. It underscores the importance of addressing mental health stigma and seeking support, even in the public eye. This glimpse into his personal battle humanizes him and contributes to the broader conversation about mental health awareness. Chapter 82. Continuing Legacy: Diana's Impact on HIV/AIDS and Compassion. In Chapter 82, Prince Harry reflects on his mum, Princess Diana's legacy, particularly her impact on HIV-positive patients during her visits to Mildmay Mission Hospital. These visits were often unpublicized, focusing on providing comfort and compassion to those affected by HIV/AIDS. Her simple acts, like holding the hand of an HIV-positive man, challenged stigma and changed public perceptions. Prince Harry discovers that his mother's visits were frequent and meaningful to patients, fostering genuine connections. Patients and staff recall her warmth, kindness, and deep interactions, including a woman who remembers sitting on Princess Diana's lap as an HIV-positive child. While Prince Harry struggles to recall these moments himself, he admires his mother's empathy and compassion. This chapter highlights Princess Diana's legacy of empathy and her commitment to making a positive impact. It also showcases Prince Harry's admiration for her work and his desire to continue making a difference. It underscores how Princess Diana's actions continue to inspire Prince Harry to connect with and support others, reflecting the enduring impact of her efforts. Chapter 83. Supporting the Struggle: Anxiety, Psychedelics, and Conservation. In Chapter 83, Prince Harry seeks solace from his friends Tej and Mike, confiding in them about his battles with anxiety. He shares his remedies, including therapy, meditation, and psychedelics. He expresses his commitment to making a positive impact, particularly in conservation, and his focus on protecting rhinos and elephants from poaching in Africa. Despite his passion, Prince Harry faces challenges due to his brother William's involvement in African conservation. He discusses his frustration with Tej and Mike, but receives encouragement to pursue his goals alongside his brother. Prince Harry embarks on a fact-finding trip to Africa, witnessing the devastating effects of poaching on rhinos and elephants. Prince Harry engages in anti-poaching patrols and assists in rhino surgeries, showing his determination to make a difference. The chapter portrays his dedication to conservation, highlighting his willingness to confront harsh realities while balancing his royal responsibilities and personal aspirations. It illustrates Prince Harry's journey of finding purpose and making meaningful contributions to conservation efforts. Chapter 84. Battle for Survival: Witnessing Poaching's Horrors. In Chapter 84, Prince Harry continues his journey in Africa and witnesses the devastating aftermath of poaching on wildlife. He describes a distressing encounter where he and his team come across a poaching site after spotting vultures circling above. They discover the tragic scene of a white rhino mother and her calf brutally killed for their horns, surrounded by blood and shell casings. The description of the gruesome scene deeply affects Prince Harry and his team, leaving them shocked and speechless. Through his account, the chapter highlights the grim reality of poaching and its dire consequences for these magnificent animals. Prince Harry's emotional response underscores the urgency of conservation efforts to protect species like rhinos from ruthless hunting. Chapter 84 serves as a poignant reminder of the critical need to combat poaching and preserve these vulnerable creatures for future generations. It showcases Prince Harry's dedication to raising awareness and taking action against the destructive practice of poaching. Chapter 85: A Wild Connection, Lion Bonding and Conservation Efforts. In Chapter 85, Prince Harry continues his journey in Namibia and encounters a doctor studying desert lions. The lions face conflicts with local farmers and are darted for health and movement studies. When 2 lions are successfully darted, Prince Harry's team is called in to assist. Approaching a darted female lion, Prince Harry feels a mysterious connection. Touching her skin and looking into her eyes, he senses an unexplainable familiarity. However, a disrespectful photo with the darted male lion upsets him. A sad moment arises when the lioness stands and stumbles. Reassured by the doctor, Prince Harry says a poignant goodbye, referring to her as a sweet princess. Returning to camp, he sleeps by the fire, trusting the lioness's protection. This chapter highlights Prince Harry's strong affinity for wildlife, his dedication to conservation, and his unique bond with animals. Chapter 86: LA Revelry, Tequila, Batman, and Unexpected Adventures. In Chapter 86, Prince Harry reminisces about his trip to LA in January 2016 with friends. They attend a party where he tries various types of tequila and enjoys the direct communication style of Americans. The group then moves to Courtney Cox's house for more fun. Prince Harry, a Friends fan, finds humor in staying at Monica's house. At the party, he meets the actor behind Batman's voice in the Lego movies and playfully hears the gravelly voice. Later, they find Black Diamond mushroom chocolates in the fridge and consume them with tequila. Unaware of the psychedelic effects, Prince Harry's friend has a surreal experience in Courtney Cox's bathroom, seeing objects as faces or creatures. Prince Harry's light-hearted retelling of the tequila and psychedelic adventures reflects his openness to new experiences and his ability to connect with people from different backgrounds. This chapter portrays his fun-loving and adventurous side. Chapter 87: Moonlit Reflections, Anticipation, Hope, and Future Changes. In Chapter 87, Prince Harry reflects on his experiences at house parties in LA. After the lively events and unique encounters, he finds himself by the beach at Courtney Cox's house. He describes standing with his feet in the ocean, gazing at the moon in the night sky. As he approaches his 32nd birthday, the same age his father was when he married, he contemplates the year ahead. In this reflective moment, Prince Harry feels a deep connection to the moon, sensing that it is communicating with him. He interprets the moon's presence as a promise of significant and positive changes to come. This interaction with the moon offers him hope and anticipation for a meaningful shift in his life. This chapter captures Prince Harry's introspective nature, his connection to the natural world, and his hopes for positive transformations in the future. It portrays his willingness to seek meaning and guidance from unexpected sources. This concludes our book's narrated audio narration of Part 2, titled Bloody but Not Unbowed, in Prince Harry's book, Spare. If Part 2 has sparked your curiosity, then you won't want to miss Part 3, titled Captain of My Soul, where Prince Harry takes us on a journey from meeting Meghan Markle to navigating the complexities of family life and challenges as independent royals. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel today by hitting the subscribe button to stay connected for a journey of knowledge, inspiration, and discovery. If you're already subscribed, thank you. Your support is our motivation to bring you the most engaging and insightful narratives. Click the link in the description to access this book. Thank you for listening.